Hey guys, welcome to the Magped Ranch Paintball channel, and today I'm going to be doing a how to modify your 11 round FSR magazine from Grizen to be as reliable as the factory Valken 18 round FSR magazine. Okay, but before I get into it guys, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share and comment. Alright, let's begin. So guys, before we begin, go ahead and watch my other two how-to videos in terms of the disassembly and reassembly of both of these magazines, right? The Grizen 11 round FS magazine and of course the Valken 18 round M17 FS magazine, okay guys? And so that's kind of what I have here. I've already disassembled the two magazines for you guys and all their components. So that way I can show you guys where and what needs to be modified to make this magazine just as reliable as this magazine. Okay guys? And real quick too, if you guys checked my other video in terms of where I broke down, you know, what magazines were the most reliable from the T15 and the M17. Okay guys, and obviously just in terms of reliability in the magazines, I stated that the Valken M17 18 round magazines are the the most reliable out of those magazines, right, between the T15 and the M17. But unfortunately, the Grizen 11 round magazine was the least reliable out of the four magazine options between those two markers. Okay guys, and so today I wanted to show you guys how we can make this magazine more reliable and hopefully just as reliable as the factory 18 round magazine. Okay guys, the majority of the problem guys that this magazine has, and that's what's going to cause all your misfeeds, flips, whatever, is going to be in the collar. Okay guys, and so I wanted to show you that first. So in my other video, I stated that the collar, the texture in the collar is definitely a lot rougher than the M17 magazine, guys. The 18 round one, I'm sorry. And as you guys can see here, you can see what I'm talking about. This has a smooth, just finished texture, whereas this one has like an unfinished, kind of like I said, just kind of like a rough texture. Okay, guys. And so one of the things you can do is I have a piece of sandpaper here just for an example, guys. This is 800 grit sandpaper, but truthfully, you're gonna wanna start at a more aggressive grit, maybe 400, just to start off, so that way you remove the majority of that texturing, guys. But like I said, don't go crazy, don't go ham, just do enough so that way it'll start obviously smoothing out that surface. And then of course you can go to the finer grit sandpapers and then make those surfaces even smoother here. So I'm just gonna imitate that for you guys. I'm not gonna go through obviously the whole process, right? But like I said, this is pretty much what you're gonna have to do, is just kind of have to sit here and just kind of have to sand the inside of the surface. You can use dry or wet sanding method, guys, just whatever one's gonna give you the best, smoothest surface. Okay guys, and like I said, just try to be careful. Don't take, obviously don't go so crazy on it where it's gonna damage the collar. Okay guys, another thing that you have to focus on besides just the texturing, guys, on this the 11 round magazine, is that on the back side of the collar, I don't know if you guys can see in this video, but I'll try to pinpoint it to you guys here, but you'll see that there's this little edge, and you can kind of see that it's catching on my screwdriver as I slide the screwdriver up or down it. So it's just on the back side portion of the 11 round magazine. Okay guys, it's just how they manufactured this collar versus the 18 round magazine. Okay guys, and if you guys notice, on the 18 round magazine, it's perfectly smooth. There's nothing to catch there. Okay, all right. So you're gonna want to sand that down, that ridge, that edge there, guys. Sand it down. You can use a Dremel tool. Like I said, you can use whatever tool is necessary to get this surface flat, and then of course get it smooth, guys. But like I said, try not to take too much material off. Okay, so that's That's going to be an area that you guys want to hit when you're doing this, okay? Because that's what's going to end up happening is as the first strike round is gliding in and up and down this, it's going to catch on that edge, okay, guys? And if you guys watch my other video, the FS rounds has a lot of sharp edges where it can catch literally any imperfection, okay, guys? Okay, so that is the two things that you want to focus on when it comes to the collar of the 11 round magazine, okay, guys? The next thing you want to do is that once you have this done and you're going to go and reassemble the magazine back together with the collar inside the magazine, you'll notice, well, that's, if you guys don't notice, this is why I'm shooting this video for you guys here. When the collar sits inside the magazine body, you'll notice here that the magazine body doesn't sit flush with the collar. And so now the collar has a little slight lip with the magazine. And once again, guys, and on both ends, okay, guys, the front of the collar and the back, but it's primarily the back collar. It's a much thicker edge compared to the front. The front I have yet to see catch, guys, so I would not worry about it. But this back edge right here, you'll see that it's catching. And so the first strike round is going to catch there as well, guys, too. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to sand down, smoothen down, just kind of make that, you know, a little bit angled, beveled, so that way when it sits inside this groove here of the 11 round magazine, it's just going to be flush with it as best as possible, right, guys? Right? Don't go crazy and remove all the material, but once again, you'll see that you want to remove that edge, okay, guys? All right, so that way that portion doesn't catch. Okay, once you do those two things, guys, your magazine, the 11 round magazine, is going to be, for the most part, just as reliable as the 18 round magazines. You'll notice that the inside surfaces of the halves of the magazines are just as finished and as smooth as the 18 round magazines, okay, guys? So there's not a problem there. Spring tension is plenty good. It doesn't have a winding mechanism, but you don't need it with the 11 round magazine. It's just all these edges inside the collar where the collar meets up with the magazine, and then of course the texturing of the collar. Okay, guys? Last bit of information. Of course, the obvious question is, or the obvious answer to is, can we use the collar from the the 18 round magazine in our 11 round magazines? And 100%, guys, yes, you can. Okay, so that's going to eliminate the collar issue, right? The edge on the back side of the collar and the texturing of the collar. But the problem is you're still going to have the problem of the magazine not flush with the collar when the collar sits inside the magazine. So you're still going to have this edge, which now you're going to have to obviously modify the 18 round magazine collar to get it to sit flush. And so, guys, I've done a little bit of search. Hopefully maybe these collars are available separately from Valken. Maybe that's something we can bug them as well as a community. I'm sure I'm definitely going to do that moving forward, guys, to see if they can have these available, because that would save us the step of having to modify it even more. The other thing too, guys, is, you know, I want to reach out, or hopefully maybe Grizen, they're watching this, and maybe they can do an update on their magazine to fix these concerns. But if they fix those concerns, this magazine is going to be super reliable, okay, guys? So, guys, that was a video on how to modify your Grizen 11 round FS magazines to be just as reliable as the Valken M17 18 round magazines. Guys, if you guys like that video, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Check you guys next time. Peace.